This week in our collective heads, wanna put an old rumor to bed. Stereotype that you've all heard, how we're all just angry video game nerds. Most of us have actual jobs, kids and families and cats and dogs, yeah. This week in our collective heads, this week in our collective heads.
Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. I'm Patrick, and we're here giving you the gaming news like we do every single week. I'm here solo this week. Kevin will be solo next week due to my European escapades and everything, but I'll talk more about that, I don't know, 3 weeks from now or so. I'll be out for 10 days. Apologies, but life happens, and vacations are needed. Coming up first, though, as we're talking about gaming news, we always start with the backwards compatible games, and starting out this week, we have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is an espionage game, as many Tom Clancy games are, about the blacklist being stolen and you having to retrieve the blacklist, blah blah blah. This is supposed to be one of the better Tom Clancy games, as opposed to Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent, which apparently was not as good. I've not played either one of these games, but as is tradition, we are happy that these are being made. We are happy that these are backwards compatible, so that way people who are big fans of these games continue to be able to play these games. I think it's very important nowadays to have that backward compatibility that we have not had too much or we had a little bit in the past, but now it's becoming uniform, and we thank Xbox for that. Speaking of games that are backwards compatible or free, PlayStation Plus games have been announced for August. That'll come up on Tuesday, tomorrow if you're watching this on YouTube, and Tuesday if you're listening to the podcast, whatever. Mafia 3, which I'm ecstatic about this thing coming out free. I considered buying it. I was on the fence. I was going to Redbox it, got busy, but now I get it for free, so I'm really happy about that. We also got Dead by Daylight, which when the Friday the 13th game came out, a lot of people were messaging me saying, hey, why don't you just play Dead by Daylight instead? Because it's basically the same thing. It's 4v1, and there are some DLC things that allow you to play as Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, which I'm excited about. I want to play as Michael Myers. I want to hunt down people because it's hilarious. We also get Bound by Flame, which haven't played, don't know a lot about, but we'll have to review for you. I mean, it looks very Dragon Age to me, but we'll find out and let you know in our Gold Plus Roundup. We also have Serious Sam 3 BFE, which I'm sure will be ecstatic. I don't think this is going to be a winner this year, but we'll see what happens. The Serious Sam games are nice and over the top at least, but I just feel like I don't know, they're always a little lacking to me. If you like the over the top ridiculousness, Indiana Jones-esque fun, then sure, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it is in our review. We also got Draw Slasher for PS Vita, which yeah, that's a game. I'm sure some people like it. Very Android based. I don't know. It looks like, to me, it looks so much like a tutorial game that I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Space Hulk we also got for Vita, which honestly probably looks like one of the better Vita games to come out for quite a while. So we'll give you reviews of all of those games in the Gold Plus Roundup, which is our show where we give you reviews of every single free Games of the Gold and PlayStation Plus game. So that's cool. On to the actual news, though. Now that we've wrapped up all of that, we got some news about the NES Classic is actually the best-selling console of June. Surprise, surprise, people want to play retro games. Nintendo is trying to do anything they can to get the money on this. They're also going after ROM sites. So between this and then going after ROM sites, it sounds like they're going to solidify the NES Classic as being something. It was supposed to continue throughout the end of the year. Would not be surprised if that extends through next year. They're making so much money on this. I wouldn't doubt that they keep going in that trend. Speaking of money, GT Sport, Gran Turismo Sport, a year ago said they weren't going to have any microtransactions in their game. Now they're going to. Not only do I find that horrible from a business perspective, because we've kind of discussed how this is not consumer friendly. It's also not consumer friendly when you go back on your word about having microtransactions in a game versus not. I don't think these are games that really need it. The only reason these games have microtransactions is to make money, and that's the only reason. That to me, it's not worth it when the only reason for it to be there is to make money. Video games are art. Yes, people make money in there, but video games are art, and it shouldn't be all about this. Speaking of art, though, Undertale is more than likely releasing September 15th on Nintendo Switch. We've been waiting for this to come out on Nintendo Switch. If you haven't played Undertale, now would be the chance to play it, or I guess next month would be the chance to play it. I've not played Undertale. I've heard great things about it, and it will definitely be something that I'll be grabbing on my Switch. It is a beloved indie game that, unfortunately I haven't been able to play, and I'm glad that I'll be playing it on my Switch, because I think it's a perfect place to be playing it. Actually, I should have banked this with the NES, but PS4 has reached... PS4 has reached 80 million sold. 80 million units sold. 82.2 would pass the PSP. It's approaching the PS3 and 360 numbers. I saw people in comments saying that it's going to beat the PS2. Not going to happen, guys. Not going to happen. PlayStation 2 just continued in a way that I don't think we'll see in another console life. But I believe this is combining PS4, PS4 Slim, and PS4 Pro, which I don't see a problem, because the Xbox 360, PS3, all of those did the same thing with the PS3 Fat, PS3 Slim, PS3 Slimmer, and then the Xbox, and did basically the same thing. They're all combining the numbers, so I don't see a problem with that. We got a teaser trailer and release date for Life is Strange 2, August 20th, which I guess that unfortunately, due to my vacation, doesn't give me time. I was going to play Life is Strange 1 before Life is Strange 2, because I still haven't played it, but I'm glad it's coming out. I'm glad it's coming out this soon. I hope that it's polished enough. I know that Owen and a few other people are very excited about this game, so I will have to catch up, and hopefully by the end of the year I will have played Life is Strange 1, and then hopefully Life is Strange 2 as well, so that'll be good, I think. We got some news on Overwatch. So Overwatch League, actually, getting two new teams. One is Atlanta, and one is in Guangzhou, China, which actually have like two customers there from my day job. So very cool that they're getting that. That I guess that they're getting their own leagues. It's a growing trend for Overwatch League, hitting more cities and becoming more of a thing, which is great because the exposure is great, and esports, I would like to be a thing, and Overwatch League is proving that it can be a thing, as long as you don't get DJ Khaled to do anything else ever. This man does not need to do any appearances. No one needs to give him money. No one needs to give him attention. If you don't know about him, I'm going to give you the kid-friendly version. He doesn't think that men and women should have the same rules, and that they should be equal in sharing. What's the kid-friendly version? I guess if I go a little bit further into that, let's say you have to give. Sometimes you have to give and help people, and sometimes you have to. So sometimes it's nice to have people give things to you, and sometimes you have to give things to other people. He does not believe you have to give things to women, quotation marks. I'm trying to think of a kid-friendly version of this, but essentially he doesn't think that men should have to make women happy in certain ways that women should do to men. I don't think this guy needs any more attention, any money. I don't understand how he still has a career after that. People keep giving him money, keep buying his stuff, when he's a complete and utter sexist, racist pig. Literally a pig. I mean, the way that he eats, the way that he treats people, And by the way that he eats, I mean literally like food trough style, like makes poutine look like fine dining kind of stuff. The man does not, and he's not that talented either. I'm a better producer than he is. I'm a better mixer than he is. He just yells his name on some crap and has famous people get on stuff. It doesn't make any sense. It's all marketing, and I hate it. On to other things that I hate, I guess, is not that I hate football, but I hate censorship that's not needed. DJ Khaled should be censored for reasons, but sorry, wrong one. Colin Kaepernick was referenced in a song in Madden 19 in the soundtrack. So it's a song by, can't remember the rapper's name, whatever, and he references Colin Kaepernick in the song, and they edited the song in a game that he's not in, because he hasn't played, I think, in a year and a half, 2 years now. They edited his name out in a song. Madden has retracted that. They've said, I'm sorry, this is a mistake, we shouldn't have done that, we're putting him back in. I think that they thought it would be, in my opinion, I think that what they thought was, if we have his name, if we hear his name in there, it'll be a discussion. They're trying not to have a discussion about, they're not trying to pick a side. And in doing so, they picked a side, as they said in that Rush song. If you choose not to decide, you've still made a choice. They made a choice. Their choice was to censor him, which is making a choice and saying that is okay to not have discussions, and discussions need to be had about a lot of things. There are proper ways to have discussions, and censoring a song in a video game doesn't make any sense. So stupid move. Another thing that doesn't make any sense is for the Spyro Trilogy. So if you picked up the physical copy of Spyro Trilogy, you will find that Spyro 2 and 3, the remaster for those games, are downloaded. So the only thing on the game is actually Spyro 1, and what you're downloading is Spyro 2 and 3. So if you don't have an internet connection and you boot up this game, you cannot play those games. This is a horrible growing trend of in gaming, where they are selling you a physical product that is not actually the product. They're giving you only 1/3 of what you purchased, and then the rest is downloaded. Now, you could argue that PC's been doing this forever, and I agree, but if you're buying a physical copy, I am buying the game. I should be buying whatever it is that I purchased. I shouldn't have to then download the rest. It should be at least working fully. I should be able to pop that in and say, play Spyro 2 without downloading it. It's a horrible business decision, amongst a lot of horrible business decisions this week. So, yeah, that's one of them, and I hate it, and I think it's a growing trend. We need to be vocal about these kind of things, because otherwise they're going to keep doing it, and eventually physical media on consoles will be like it is for PC, where you buy a box that has a Steam download code in it. And I don't want that day to happen. I want physical media to be a possibility for those who want physical media. There are people who prefer physical media, just like there are people who still will buy records. There's a market for it. There are people buying them. I don't see the only business decision reason would be to charge the same amount for a game and not have to pay for shipping of a product and for the burning of the disc, which is the same thing as a single-player Call of Duty thing, saying, well, if we just take out single-player, we can sell the game for the same price and not spend as much on the game. Again, I've talked about this many, many times, but if you're buying a car and the manufacturer said, hey, we saved 1/3 of the money making this car, you're not going to expect to spend the same amount as you did the previous year. It should be less. That savings should be passed on to you. It's not that way in the video game industry. That's a growing trend that we hate. So, to all you people in the video game industry who don't understand normal economics and understand consumerism, or consumer stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let us know in the comments what you think about this news, and if you think that these business decisions are good. I think that they are made with the business in mind, not the consumer. I always think that's a bad idea. It should be both. You should be consumer first always, understanding that there's a business and the need to make money, but It should be convenient and beneficial for the consumer. That way consumers keep coming back. Get you more money. Velocity of money, people. Velocity of money. You want them to keep coming back and keep spending money as opposed to buy a large thing once and never come back. So let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.